This is a story of how a tiny shop in Seattle's Pike Place Market didn't just change what we drink, but how we live. In 1971, the original Starbucks didn't sell lattes or frappuccinos, they sold roasted coffee beans and equipment. The transformation of American culture began with a 1983 trip to Milan, Italy, taken by a marketing director named Howard Schultz. Walking the Italian streets, Schultz was captivated by the espresso bars on every corner. These weren't just places to grab a quick caffeine fix, they were the soul of the community. In Italy, the coffee shop was the third place, a social environment separate from the two primary places of home, the first place, and work, the second place. Schultz returned to Seattle with a vision to recreate this atmosphere in America. At the time, American coffee was mostly a bland, functional commodity found in tin cans at the grocery store. Schultz's idea of a premium experience was initially rejected by the original founders, leading him to start his own company, Il Giornale. However, in 1987, he eventually bought Starbucks and began the aggressive expansion that would define the 1990s. The genius of the Starbucks story isn't just the dark roast, it's the psychology of the environment. They introduced the concept of the coffee house to a nation of commuters. They provided comfortable chairs, jazz music, and eventually free Wi-Fi, encouraging people to linger. They turned the act of buying coffee into a customizable ritual. The venti, non-fat, no-foam latte became a status symbol and a piece of personal identity. By the early 2000s, Starbucks had effectively changed the geography of American towns. Before Starbucks, if you wanted to meet a friend or a business partner, your options were often limited to a loud restaurant or a quiet library. The third place filled that gap perfectly. It became the office for the freelancer, the study hall for the student, and the living room of the neighborhood. Today, with over 38,000 stores worldwide, the Starbucks effect is a recognized economic phenomenon. When a Starbucks opens, property values often rise because it signals that a neighborhood has arrived. What started as a simple bean roaster in Seattle evolved into a global empire by selling something more valuable than caffeine, a sense of belonging.